Hello dear students and welcome back. In today's video, we're talking about conditionals. Specifically, we are talking here about the if statement. Now, the if statement allows us to evaluate a certain condition, and based on this condition, we can execute a code or not execute it. In the previous video, I told you that Lua execute code line by line, if you remember that, and I told you this is something worth noting. So this is why, because what if there's a piece of code that I don't want it to be executed unless a certain condition is met? Here comes the rule of if statement. All right, so let's get here a simple example so we can understand this better. So let's create a variable, and this variable can be day, right? So it can be either day or night. And based on the time, whether it is day or night, we want to execute different things. So here we will do an if statement. So we say if time equals day, and now I will explain what equals is exactly, but just a minute here, please. So if time equals day, then what I want to execute, print maybe good morning, right? And finally end. So here is what is happening here. First, we say if this condition is true, right, then execute this code and end this if statement, and that's it. Now, if it is false, right, then this code will not be executed. So let me run this, and we get good morning. Very, very awesome. Now, if we say this is night, and run this, now we get nothing, as you can see here. Now let me close this, make this day again, and here what I can do is add another if statement and say if time equals night, then I will say print go to sleep. All right, and end this. Now, if I run this code, what I get is good morning. Time doesn't equal night. Now, here's the thing, or here's something about this equal sign. Now, we don't use a single equal sign because this is what we use when we want to assign a value. So, programmers came up with the solution. If we want to compare two things and see if they are equal, let's use double equal sign. As simple as that. So if we change now this is to be night and run this, now we get go to sleep. So this will not be executed, this will be executed. But as you can see now, here we're having two if statement. So we have this false. Now we are executing this one here because it's true. Is there a way to make it compact and make it one block of code? Yes, there are. So what we can do, we can remove this. All right. And here we add an else statement. All right. And here we type print good night. We run this and we get good night. So what is happening here is we first evaluate this condition. Is this condition true? No, it's not true. Then we execute else. If it is true, we'll execute this code and this code will not be executed. So let's test that. Let's say instead of day, let's set this to be night, right? So run this. Now we get good morning because time equals night and here it equals night. So these values are equal. Now we are printing this output here. And probably I should be fixing this here, adding day instead of night, and make this day. This will be more appropriate, right? So day equal day, and we get good morning, else will not be executed. Change this to night, run this. Night doesn't equal day, so we get good night. All right, very simple. So as you can see here, it's very easy to use an if statement. The whole idea is that we are evaluating the condition here between if and then. So this should be either true or false. We have other conversions, so this is equal. We'll learn in future video more about this, but the last thing I want to talk to you about is we can encapsulate this between parentheses if we wish to. That's completely fine, and this actually will be more human readable, adding these parentheses when we have a large sentence here that we want to evaluate. Makes it more easy to understand, but in such case we have only one simple conversion here. We don't need that, and we can execute it without any problems.